All right, here we are back again. It is Sunday, January 26th, and here we are to meditate. Here we are to show up to our practice, show up for ourselves, and show up to life in the best way that we can, in the way that feels most resonant and most normal and natural. That's really all any of this is, a normal and natural process, the most normal and natural process that we can follow. There's really no other way to do it. It's just what it is. And, sometimes life will throw many things at us. Just trying to log into here, my computer just, threw a fit. And, it made me just want to throw up my hands and be like, well, I'm done. Just not going to do it. But here we are. That's kind of how life is sometimes. And we can't let the circumstances of life dictate how we want to live it. We want to be able to be the ones that say, okay, I have this intention, I have this goal, it's an easily achievable goal. Come to meditate once a day. It's an easily achievable goal. But it might be hard, it might be tricky sometimes. It might be tricky to navigate some of those circumstances. And I don't know. I didn't make this game of life that we play. I don't know why it does that. Sometimes it could be some internal belief that's playing out in the physical reality. Sometimes it could just be random. Who knows? Who knows? Nobody really knows. And there's all types of beliefs around what things are and how things work. But it doesn't matter. None of that matters, because the reality of the situation is the reality of the situation. And your experience is the way your experience is. And that's it. Period. So here we are. Here we are. We've shown up, and we're going to do the same thing that we do every single day. And that's meditate. We're going to come together. We're going to sit. We're going to feel what we feel the sensations of our body, feel the sensations of breathing. Sometimes we're going to contemplate certain things, but at the end of the day, we're going to focus our intention, we're going to focus our will, and we're going to train the mind to do the things that we want the mind to do. And when you're able to do that, it's great. It's great. Once you're able to very consistently see the positive results of a meditation practice, it's like you're hooked. There's some kind of addiction that takes over. Obviously, it's not an addiction in a negative connotation, but it is some kind of it's like a string that pulls you on. Keeps you going through the practice. And that's what we're doing here. That's the way it is. So yeah, there it is. With that, let's go ahead and jump to the practice. So we're going to go ahead and take our posture. Again, I would recommend sitting. Sit straight, so with a straight spine. You can imagine there's a string pulling you up from the top of your head, from the crown of your head, right about here, in a little bit in the back, and just kind of pulls you up. So that's going to tuck your chin slightly. That's the natural alignment of your skull along the spine. So it's your head is nice and loose, and then your spine is straight. You should feel there's two pointy bones on your glutes, where your glutes meet your thighs. The sit bones, whatever. You should feel those, and you can kind of rock back and forth, and you can kind of balance on those. And then, if you're sitting cross-legged, make sure that it's comfortable. Make sure you're not bending your knees improperly. Or if you're sitting in a chair, you can make sure your feet are planted on the floor. And then make sure that your knees are below your hips. That's going to prevent you from wanting to move too early because of unnecessary back pain. And that's basically it, and then Don't move. Don't try to move. There's, you'll feel the urge to move. Everybody feels the urge to move, but that's kind of the point, is that here's a circumstance, here's a situation that is asking you to react. And instead of reacting, you're saying, no, I don't have to react right now. I can react, and that's the normal habitual thing to do, but I'm not going to. And when you don't do that, you're training the mind to be like, okay, I have a goal, I have a fixed intent that I'm going to try my hardest to get to. And when you do that, and you do that over time, your body's going to calm down. All that circumstance, all that sensational reality that you exist in is going to understand that you're not going to placate to it. And so it'll calm down by itself, which is what you want, which is what it's going to feel good doing. So that said, same with lying down. If you're lying down, don't fall asleep. Also, don't feel the urge. If you feel the urge to move, try not to move, unless it's like, it's like if you're in pain, or if there's like a fire alarm that goes off or whatever. Obviously, don't jeopardize your health or your life or whatever. But a lot of times, sensation will happen, and it will feel like, some kind of serious dramatic pain. And there's an intuition that's like, wait a minute, this probably isn't some kind of serious dramatic pain. This is probably just some machination of the mind that is causing the sensation so that I react. And that it's reinforcing that habituation to react. So whether you're sitting, lying down, standing, try not to move. Try your best not to move. If you're walking, you're doing a slow contemplative walk, it's obviously you're moving, but like, try not to move unnecessarily. Don't like wave your arms around, and don't like, just start jumping up and down. It's not like an improv dance thing. There's still a slow contemplative process of the movement. So it's not just you get to move and you get to dance and you get to have all this fun, whatever. You're still doing the practice, whatever the practice is. Cool. So with that, let's go ahead and take our posture, whatever that posture is. And I'd recommend you close your eyes. If you want to keep a soft, open gaze, you may. And let's go ahead and take 3 big, deep breaths in and out. So 1 and out. 2 and out. 3 and out. This just lets us settle into the moment. We've come into this moment to practice, to focus, to train the mind. We have that intention, that strong intention. Let that intention fill your awareness right now. Why are you here? What are you trying to do? You don't have to think about it. Nothing we're doing here involves thinking. But like, feel that intention, feel that pull to be here, focusing the mind. Feel that pull to be more engaged with the moment, more engaged with your body, more engaged with the world around you, more engaged with your mind. Feel all those pulls. Feel all those reasons to be here. Really connect with them. Connect with those sensations. We can feel so many different sensations in the body. One of those sensations is the breath. And the breath can be felt in so many different locations in the body. You can feel the breath in your toes. You can feel the breath in your ankles. Feel the breath in your shins and your calves and your knees. You can feel the breath in your quads, your hamstrings. You can feel the breath in your glutes. You can feel the breath in your pelvis. You can feel the breath in your lower abdomen. You can feel the breath throughout all the organs of the gut. And let's just rest the attention there on the abdomen. Now, when you breathe in, the abdomen will rise. And when you breathe out, the abdomen will fall. Feel all those sensations that happen as the abdomen rises. Feel all those sensations as the abdomen falls. So many different sensations. Sensations of the skin. Perhaps the skin is touching clothing or fabric. Sensations of heat or cold, some kind of temperature. Sensations on the inside of the skin. The second layer of the skin. Sensations on the third layer of the skin. Sensations all the way inside the abdomen, into the organs. All of those sensations exist when the abdomen rises and when the abdomen falls. There is never a time when there isn't a whirlwind of sensation as the abdomen rises and falls with the breath. Just feel all those sensations. Really focus in. Do your best to feel every single instant of sensation. It may be very subtle to find all those sensations. Keep looking. Keep digging. Really look deeply into all those sensations that you find. When you find one, really focus in on it as it rises and falls, as the breath comes in and out. And if you notice that the mind has wandered away from the task of watching the abdomen, just gently bring it back. Accept that the mind has wandered. There's no need to judge, there's no need to chastise, just gently direct it back to the abdomen as it rises and falls. Really try to focus on all those little sensations. Really try to feel the beginning and the end and the middle of every single one of those tiny instants of sensation. There's nowhere else for you to be right now. There's nothing else for you to be doing. All those thoughts that are dragging you away from this task, just say, okay, I'll think about that later. But right now, this is the task. This is the task we're doing. Just finding all those sensations, really relishing in those sensations. You get to enjoy and experience all of these sensations on the abdomen as it rises and falls, as the breath comes in and out. Are there different sensations as the abdomen rises, as when it falls? Are the sensations similar? Do they transform? Do they move? You get to feel into all of these answers. You get to really feel into these sensations in every single instant every single tiny moment of reality, you get to experience all of these sensations. Really feel into that. Feel it fully and deeply. As we sit here feeling all these sensations, the abdomen rising and falling, you can start to become aware of our environment, start to become aware of the sensations that hit our ear and the sounds of the environment, start to become aware of the feeling of the air hitting our skin. We can slowly open our eyes, start to become aware of the visual sensations that are around us. We can see all of these sensations. We can experience all of these sensations as they rise and fall. That's all we're doing. Rising and falling. Well, I don't know what happened. My computer just decided to do something fun. So that's it for today. Thank you for being here. See you tomorrow.